Hello everyone, welcome back to another session. This is Sanyukta Saxena, and today's session we'll be learning one more new tangle which is called Toodleflower. Yeah, it is a tangle by Ina Sonnen Moser. I'm going to draw the tangle in front of you. It is kind of an extension of the tangle pattern Toodle, which is a Zentangle original. However, there are so many ways you could use it. So since I'm talking about flower, so I'm first going to arrange it like a flower. So starting from somewhere in the center, so mark a point as a center and then draw these fescues emanating there from here. So I'm just going to first add the fescues probably. So rotate and add these nice and beautiful fescues. You can draw any number. Yeah. So done with that. Now next step is to go up and then come down like this. So it looks somewhat like a part of the toodle, yeah, from here, but you are coming down to the center. Yeah. Again, same process. Again, same process. Yeah. So you just have to do the same thing. Again, same. And the last one here. So it's a beautiful shape that you can use in different ways. Yeah, for example, I'll just show you. I'm going to arrange it a little differently. You can also use draw the shape like this. Yeah, so I have done away with the pointed ending. Yeah, so you could draw this in this fashion also, just random. Yeah, not about not arranging it in any particular fashion like a flower or anything, but just arranging randomly. The shape is the main. That is what gives it the look, and it looks beautiful any of these ways, right? So arrangement is again open to your own experimentation, but Toodle's flower, if we say, is generally drawn in this fashion. Yeah, you generally shade. I've already shaded this one, so I'll just show you. You generally shade here, yeah, where it seems to be going under, or you can shade the entire stem. Generally, this is the place where the stem is shaded, where this part of the leaf seems to be going under. Yeah, that's where you add the shade, and then you can shade on the opposite side also. So shading is again a matter of personal choice, but this is how it is shaded. Yeah. So let's get started with today's style, and you'll get a better understanding of how to use the tangle, how you can use it differently. Yeah, so I have a Zendala in front of me, and let's get started with today's style. So your border, you may or may not add it, but I'm going to start with a light pencil border so that my tile is no longer blank, expressing my gratitude towards the best of the supplies that I'm using to create my artwork and towards Zentangle. Yes. So let's get started. I'm going to probably start with the Toodle flower only. So I'm going to start with the Toodle's flower starting from the center. Just draw it like a blossoming tangle. Yeah. So let's get started. So I've started with my fescues, and then I'm going to straight go ahead and add the shape, starting with the next one. Again, touching the previous one, coming back down here. Again, starting with the third one, touching the previous one and coming back. Again, the fourth one. Yeah, so if you want, you can draw it this way also in continuation instead of first drawing the fescues. Entirely up to you. It all depends how comfortable you are. Yeah, again, So you can see I'm drawing many here. But if you want to restrict the number, then you can always first draw the fescues and then add the petals. So I'm going to add 2 more. Yeah, and the last one. So it's a beautiful shape to draw and open to many tangulations. Looks really nice. Now this section I would like to ink. Yeah, so it looks nice when you ink it, or you can add very small little tipple, whichever way you are comfortable. Right? So I think inking adds to the look. The in-between spaces, you can also add auras, you can add anything, lines. So just ink the in-between section. It will highlight your tangle a little more before we go ahead and add something more. Yeah. So I'm almost finishing with my inking here. You can see the drama that it adds. Yeah, done with that. Now moving on to the next. So you can either choose to add a close aura and then add the next layer, or you can straight away go to the next layer. I am going to add a close aura to my Toodleflower first, like this. So again, one of those tangles that just blossoms, that will start to grow. Once you start from the center, then there is no limit to how much you can extend it. So close aura there. Like this. Yeah. Then I'm going to add some nice cubines here. Like this. Add a double aura. Ink one section. You can call it cubine, or you can call it dream catcher, just peeping outside. So these spaces are nice for adding crescent moons, for adding tangles like these. Yeah, so just take your time slowly. Add this tangle throughout in the in-between spaces that you have. Yeah. So on the last one now, finished adding my cubine to all those in-between spaces. Draw at your own pace, no hurry. Yeah. So the next step, I'm just going to add some random double lines like these. Divide the rest of my tile into sections and then insert some more tangle there. Now it is up to you what tangles you want to choose. You can add a fragment, you can add a tangle, whichever way you like it. Just dividing the rest of my Zendala into sections. And the last one here. Yeah, so there's so many tangles that you can choose from. So let's just add some moons. So I'm going to add it in this fashion. Take your time. Just like we draw in Ixorus, that's how I'm adding my moons. Slowly add it to all. Right, done with that. Now if you want, you can ink it or you can add anything else inside. Let's see, what do we want to do. Let's add a band like this, or probably inking will be a better option. We can add some dots inside. So I'll show you one or two sections. I'll just add auras the way we add to crescent moon. That's it. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm just abiding by the border, not crossing it. Yeah, so that's the first. And I'm going to be doing all the sections in the same fashion. Let me show you one or two more. Yeah, so one moon this side and one on the other, and then start to add auras till the time they touch each other. And now that they are already touching each other, then you can just go ahead and continue in the same fashion. Yeah, a good idea will be to add some weight on one side of the line, so it will add to the look when you shade. Yeah, moving on to the next. Again, going to start to aura. Slowly, take your time. Nicely add auras to both simultaneously. And once they start to intersect, then you can just fill in the rest of the space like this. Yeah, and then add some weight on one side of the line. So I'm almost finishing drawing my moons and adding the auras. In the same fashion as we aura our crescent moon, continuing in the same fashion. And last few left there. So draw at your own pace. I draw at my own pace, and that is why I pause the video in between so that I can draw at my own pace. And the last one there. Yeah. So done with that. Now let us move on to shading right away. So shading, as I mentioned, this is the best place to shade your toodle flower because the overlap starts to show, yeah. And then on the other side, so let's first add the graphite to all. Take your time. Let's now blend. Don't blend too much. Keep it to the edges. Yeah. Take your time. Slowly blur the graphite. Done with that. Moving next to our cubine. So on the white portion, so small spaces, so just a touch, not much. We don't want to make the entire white section gray. So just a little. Yeah. And then moving on to the moons. Just adding a little boldness wherever I have not added it. Yeah. Yeah. So under this line, that is why we added that boldness. Yeah. This will add that depth to each of the sections. So try playing with different arrangements. This is a flower arrangement, but you can always use the shape and also the round shape and try different arrangements. So blend. Yeah. So you can see the depth that it adds, almost looks like sinking on one side. So if you're following me and you want to see me draw live, you have an opportunity. I'm going live on Instagram on Monday, 9:30 Indian Standard Time. So you can catch me there. You can follow me on Insta. Join me live on Instagram this coming Monday, 27th at 9:30. If you're watching this video, yeah. So I think we are done. We don't need to add anything else to this style. It looks beautiful. If you want, you can just close the ends, add a nice and light graphite border so that the lines kind of look closed. and then just slightly blur it, not much. That's about it. If you want, you can add some dots here, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to close my tile here, put in my chop, sign and date your tile. Right? So I shall see you again with some more new tangles by CZTs. Till then, have a good time. Bye bye.